It had been nearly 5 years of utter peace. People are constructing new homes and living perfect lives. Their capital of the island was located not far off the shore of the northern side, along with a massive geode resting in the center of the map, showing the extensive history of the island. Though, throughout all of these 5 years, there was a group of people who have never forgot their past. These ones were known as the Above. They were tasked to keep the simulation stable and to keep everyone safe and happy. They had almost complete control over everything that could happen in the simulation due to their near unlimited access to the simulation's programs and coding. Society in the simulation had been perfected. Suddenly, a powerful heat wave blew over the map. The Above were thrown off. The simulation was set to have a stable temperature. Why would the simulation glitch all of a sudden? And why now of all times? It had been 5 years of perfection. Regardless, the Above completely restabilized the temperature in about a month. While this was happening, the people had developed more to the western city, along with the addition of more agricultural land. A new and small airport finished its construction as well. A loud noise begins to sound. The ground shakes over the island, followed by a massive ravine forming seemingly out of nowhere. The Above were confused. Why were there suddenly these disasters occurring? Nobody out of the Above ordered for there to be a natural disaster. And even if they did, why would they? Something was happening, something more than just a mere glitch in the code. Ravines cracked through the ground of the island, destroying part of the western city, southern drylands, and central plains. But with all of these crevices forming, the geode in the center began to crack slightly for the first time in all of its existence. The wind starts to pick up, the sky dimmed with the shade of gray, the clouds blocked out the sun, the wind grows stronger until the first one appears, a tornado. More tornadoes join, destroying everything in their path and leaving trails of destruction behind. The Above discovered the source of the problem, the ASE. It stood for the Association of Simulation Escapists. They had somehow found out that they were trapped within a simulation and were desperate to get out of it. They managed to hack into the code of the simulation, allowing them to code in destruction across the island. The Above did not fully understand their motives yet, but they had to stop them at all costs. Many places were completely destroyed, including the agricultural land in the west, all the way to the airplanes near the airport. Each tornado that passed left a path of destruction behind it. The temperatures plummet. A blizzard rushes in over the map. The island was smothered with snow and ice everywhere except for the very east of the island. Such a powerful ice storm brought amongst the island in such a quick amount of time. It was incredible what the ASE was doing. The Above knew they were stronger than the ASE. They had to stop them before it was too late. The island rumbled once more like how it had done before. The ground started to collapse in some places, forming sinkholes scattered across the island. In a quick attempt, the Above attempts to delete the ASE from the simulation, killing them in real life in the process. The Above initiates the termination of the ASE. But nothing happens. The ASE was one step ahead. They had become invulnerable to the Above's ability to delete. Buildings had collapsed, such as a beloved capital. Residual snow and ice lingered in the south still. Along with an island appearing in the west out of thin air, the ASE were experimenting with what they were capable of controlling in the simulation. The Above, now completely unable to delete the ASE from the simulation, were forced to resort to other options in order to preserve the simulation. An airship appeared above the island, watching over. The ASE were hiding in places on the island. One of these was located in a southern bunker, but it couldn't just be the only place. A storm grew in the distance, yet this one was different. The ASE had not created this one, but rather the Above did. They created the storm in an attempt to tear down where the ASE facility stood. It was the only way to attack the ASC facilities, because deleting them wasn't an option. The hurricane crashed through the island. The ice and snow in the southern portion of the island was completely gone. Though the hurricane spread debris amongst the island, it still wasn't enough. The ASC was still out there. The above proceeded to delete the random western island in an attempt to try to fix what the ASC was ruining. Though the above were not able to delete the ASC could not actually delete the above due to their immunity to deletion built deep within the code of the simulation. 2 more of the above's airships appear over the island. Everything is going wrong for the above. It seemed like as they fix destruction, more follows. The ASC shoots down the above's airships. They then crashed on the island, leading people to investigate and find cameras aboard, causing suspicion. If the people trapped within the simulation find out that the reality is fake, it may be the end of this civilization. The island goes without any natural disasters for once. Finally, the island was oddly quiet. Slowly, purple-like cracks and glitches appear across the island. People everywhere started to become extremely suspicious of what was happening to their home. People started to truly believe that they were trapped inside a simulation. The above had become so desperate to fix the simulation, they would risk exposing the secret of the simulation to the public. The glitches grew and grew until they abruptly consumed the entire island. A bright white flash appeared, fading away to reveal the land around them. The above had fixed it. The island was removed of all of its destruction. The ever-expanding canyon in the east was returned to its normal condition. The trash piles were cleaned. Towns and a new baseball field were constructed. But most importantly, the ASC facilities were all deleted. The old bliss they experienced in the past 5 years returned once again. The bliss was short-lived. The ancient geode lying in the center of the island was almost completely cracked open. It was the one thing the above never fixed because of its history to the people. The geode shook and split open. It was revealed the ASC headquarters, all this time residing right under the above's noses. The above was more furious than they ever had been before. They struck first and attacked the ASC directly. A massive war broke out between the two powers, the ASC against the above. Both sides would fight until the very end. Numerous military bases were set up around the island. The ASC and the above fight relentlessly, battles after battles, but still no clear winner. Suddenly, sirens are heard across the island. First by the above, who had constructed special missiles with never-before-seen consequences. The ASC would soon follow up with missiles of their own. In a moment's notice, the missiles all collectively launched. The people looked closer. They were nuclear missiles. Everyone ran for cover. The end was here.